as we head into Retreat 1 and understanding it, I'd like to start with an understanding of what the theme is for this retreat. And fundamentally, Retreat 1 is all about creating community. Now, let's understand what we mean by community. What we're creating is a practice community, a community that can attend to one another and be present to one another as we engage in spiritual practices that press us into our relationship with God, the communities that we live in our real life, our families, our church, our neighborhoods, our workplaces, and press us into our participation in God's mission in the world. So this practice community is real relationships and real engagement with real human beings. But it's not, like we described before in our training, the kind of community that we're anticipating or developing so that there's lifelong relationship that will last forever and ever. Now, there may be some relationships that get created like that. People will find lifelong friends out of this experience. But our goal is to create a practice community, one that will cultivate flourishing environments with God and community and mission, and cultivate the capacity to experience those back into their real life, wherever they work, wherever they live, and in the work God's called them to do. So in creating this practice community, Retreat 1 is central to establishing the forms and frames in which that happens. Almost everything in the retreat is about creating community. And let me highlight just the bookends of the retreat, the beginning and the end, because they're both critical in that process. We'll talk more about the first small group, but in that group, people are invited to share what they're bringing into the retreat. It's an opportunity to talk about their life, their family, their work, any challenges or joys to the level that they're ready to talk about. And one of the reasons we do that is to remind people, show people, demonstrate to people that they're in control of this process. They get to decide what they share and don't get to share. And what the experience of that is that I share and people care about me. Then we simply pray for people along the way. At the bookend of the retreat, the very end of the retreat, it's an opportunity for the cohort to share what they've experienced of their members of the small group, what they appreciated about them. Now, it's not disingenuous sharing. It's not affirming things that they didn't get to experience. It's affirming the things that they experienced of them positively in the context of the retreat. And it leaves them with this experience of saying, hey, these people let me share about my life to the degree I'm able, and they simply prayed for me. They didn't change me. They didn't convict me. They didn't tell me how to live my life. And at the very end, they were able to tell me that something they liked about me. Those bookends, along with everything else in the retreat, are designed to help folks experience their community, this cohort, as a positive, safe space to live in. Remember our definition of safe. It's not safe from conviction. It's not safe from challenge or difficult conversation or robust disagreement. It's safe from shame. It's safe from embarrassment. It's safe from guilt. And it invites people into a place where they can risk in their relationship with God and in community so that transformation can happen. So that's what the whole first retreat is about. Now let's dive into the other videos to look at how each element can be led.